3 signs your car accident is worth major compensation. If you've been in a car accident recently, there are 3 critical signs that could indicate your case is worth.
Keep falling. Sunshine is coming. Raindrops keep falling. Sunshine is coming. Raindrops keep falling. Sunshine is coming.
Burn Live, y'all. Marijuanically keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes. Changing the viewers eye red. Keeping underage smoking off of social media. Killing myself for your entertainment. Sitting here with friends and family. Starting a cannabis session. Welcome to a late night edition of the Burn Live show, man. Welcome, 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 y'all. Ah, eh, couldn't sleep. Couldn't sleep up, man. And didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. So I was thought, man, I just go over a few videos that are on the internet that goes viral sometimes and stuff like that. Man, just try something different. If anybody seen the show earlier, I had my panel up here and we discussed some very good things. Please go check out the video, check out the shorts I have been uploading. Appreciate people checking it out. I appreciate people coming up in here. Tonight is just gonna be a little bit smoother, you know what I'm saying, laid back. I thought I was gonna have some people up in here, but I'm mostly gonna be by myself. So we just gonna be my reaction to little videos that be going up on YouTube. Please put in a comment if you seen the videos or is interesting or however you may look at it. And then I want to start off with this video because I didn't know where else to start. I thought this would be a good place to start. Like I said, man, we're just gonna be watching videos and giving out reactions. And let's see what else we get into. Let's get into do it.
I heard it all, family drama, the gunfights. But one thing that always stuck with me was this one night. Mom screamed, they shot my baby. I said, help, but I'm numb, right? News said 3-year-old survived, but it's bug like she could walk by me not knowing I saved her son's life. Shit is crazy, I got suicide calls done. I was on edge and had to talk somebody off one. I heard people die and I heard people born, son. I gotta forget about all my problems when the calls come. Cause I done lost people that really ain't deserve to die. Avoiding all their pages cause I know that it's gonna hurt to cry. I don't talk about it much, the shit that I internalize. Simply cause I sympathize with people pain that's worse than mine. But anyway, right now I got the perfect drive.
Bruh, I don't know how you can do that type of job and be able to sleep at night. For real though.
Joe, see, I used to work for 911, right? I done heard it all, family drama, the gunfights.
Hey, that's one thing about freestyling, man. When you get into this rap game, dog, you do get to hear one of them good stories, one of them real stories, one of them authentic stories. Man, it's just like that be fire. Them be fire. I think I want to change it to this view right here. And I think that's more of the view. I'm gonna have to have my dog move down. So let's get down just a little bit, set this up just so we can look right. And just for your YouTube Shorts purposes for later on. But hey man, that was fire. I love a fire freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I really don't listen to music, but a fire freestyle is somebody spitting some truth, man. I heard a song earlier. I don't know if I'm gonna hear it again, but it was good. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Very good. I love to see the talent when somebody on here freestyling and busting them bars. You know what I mean? I really do. You know. See what else we can get into. Are we not?
But one thing that always stuck with me was this one night. Mom screamed, they shot my baby. I said, help, but I'm numb, right?
She knew her time was up when her name was called. Watch this.
And the Grammy goes to Amy Winehouse.
This is Martin Luther King in the club, Kick Dubs. With a bad bitch in his hand and she down for whatever. In the back of his mind is Coretta, and she knows.
This man met someone from the future during a live stream.
Boy, did you see the look on her face? The word of the eyeballs, the spooked out, man, bro. The spookiness. You see a lot of videos up here, man, and you do see like, yo, people be getting straight spooked, bro. I wonder if I can get rid of it. Yeah, I be like, man, I see all them names, you know. Put some of them names up, y'all. I don't even see all of them. But yeah, man, that's spook. Now we finna get into a time travel. I like time traveling videos and movies and TV shows like that. I somewhat believe that it's true. I'm not gonna say I'm deeply into time traveling, but when you break things down and you listen to stories, it is a fascinating concept to think that, hey, you know, there is something out there that is parallel to the life that you are living, and if you one day can scientifically put some things together, you can change the fabric of time and space and maybe be in another dimension, another time. I mean, that stuff is just like, and it's something cool to explore. So I'm gonna see what this is about.
Watch this.
My famous on here?
Yeah, I mean, right now you're famous. We got like 24,000. What up, yo?
24,000?
Yeah, 24,000, man.
24,000.
Is there anything that you want to say? You want to say anything to these people, man?
Stephanie Ann Johnson. Look at that.
Who's that?
Look it up.
Stephanie Ann Johnson. Is she a porn star? Who's Stephanie Ann Johnson?
Who are they and what does the message mean? Because this man met someone from the future during a live stream. Watch this.
So we're supposed to look up who Stephanie Ann Johnson is. Like, that's not saying we met somebody's future. Like, okay, that video went viral or whatever, but now we just heard something that we can barely believe at all. It's like, come on now, Reese. If you've been to sit up here and believe that this man thinks about the future, and he didn't really say. Now, are y'all gonna look it up? Is anybody gonna put in the comments that you're gonna look it up? You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna do right there. Meeting somebody from the future and doesn't tell you something that's awkward from the past that happened that easily to look up. I wish this would have been longer or something else like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
How did the first map makers know where to draw the lines? They didn't have satellite imaging to confirm that this country ends right here. Isn't that concerning? How did the first map makers know where to draw the lines?
Wait, you're telling me ocean is the real outer space?
Yeah, so listen, a researcher named Moise Henry believed the ocean floor doesn't even exist.
What?
A couple years ago, he built this insane, one-of-a-kind submarine. Hyperalloy composite hull, adaptive pressure shielding, tech way ahead of its time. He was obsessed, convinced that the deepest parts of the ocean weren't just unexplored, but intentionally hidden.
Hidden by what?
That's the thing. He took the sub down into the Mariana Trench, fitted it with cameras, and started descending past where any human had gone before. And that's when he saw them. Creatures that don't exist in any scientific record, things that moved like shadows, but weren't. Then he reached what should have been the ocean floor, but instead of solid ground, there was something else. A vortex, black, swirling like the water itself was folding in on itself. He didn't know, but he went in. By the time he surfaced, he wasn't in our world anymore. He described a land he'd never seen before.
Wait, you're telling me ocean is the real outer space?
Yeah, so listen.
I have heard this belief before. Not to say I believe in it, but I believe when it does say in the Bible where it talks about the firmament and the 7 different levels to heaven and how it's up underwater. So we don't explore everything. We haven't been able to explore everything. Like they say, we have. So things out there are very interesting that we could look up and stuff like that. And it amazes me that people out here can actually go out and say that I feel this one way about life, but yet again, when it comes to like UFOs or something that's unexplained, which can be explained if somebody just tell us the truth, you know what I'm saying, the simple truth about open land, undiscovered land, the firmament and stuff like that. Like the podcast I did earlier where he said we make things more complicated, 7 days, say we make things more complicated when things should be easily explained. And yeah, once again, I'm going to re-utter what I said. That does sound very good and sounds very reasonable when you think about stuff like that, but people grasp thing, and I think James the Lone Star Madden said this good too. When we grasp a perspective of something, when you grasp a perspective of something, it's hard to go outside of that reality that you believe in because you built a reality inside your mind that you're comfortable with and what you would call your safe zone. If you believe there's something outside your safe zone, your comfort zone, would you actually go there? You know what I'm saying? There's some people that are afraid to go outside the doors and stuff like that. So when they're afraid to go outside, you think they're really going outside to get the fresh air and everything that, you know what I'm saying, a person would need and stuff like that. So I do think about stuff like that in cases. When it comes to underwater, like I said, there are videos of people diving so deep up underwater when they came up under the cave that it was more water that they can go discover and swim in that had no connections to the water that they came through the first time. So, and some people believe like to these oceans, to these other land, is to go inside these caves, maybe going deep inside a volcano somewhere, where a volcano has a hidden door or a passageway or something like that of that nature. Let's go. Let's get it. And this is this is why I wanted to come on here and do this specific one real quick, because for once, all the videos that be coming up on my Facebook, I can finally bring up here, because I guess I'm not being like super serious about what's going on. This is supposed to be just laid back chilling. Hope I can just vibe with y'all, give y'all a little bit more extra content. Give y'all a little bit more content. But as you see how they're showing you the inner Earth, and they're showing you Antarctica, and they're showing you these other walls. And this is what flat Earth people would call aliens on the other side of these walls, because their technology and things that they're doing out there are undiscovered from us on our inner walls. And do I believe in that? I would just wish something would make logical sense. I wish something would make sense so it could be discovered. I'm curious. Don't get it twisted. I'm curious to see what something is. And they go through this picture like it's really short. I wish it was words. But it's showing you the firmament and stuff like what I'm saying in the Bible, and in different levels, and all the water that surrounds us within the so-called our world, universe, or however you look at it. And like I said, I wanted to go over this because these videos be so interesting. These people go so deep into these videos to make them. And like the next video is almost the same. Oh, I think this is one about the big trees. The big trees that's been cut down. They saying these giant trees that are so big and humongous, to where trees that can damn near go to heaven. Natural trees are filled with water, have water and stuff like that. So when they was cut down or cut open into, they flooded out water to help flood the earth for the 40 days and 40 nights. I think I just seen a video like this morning of this. Yeah, see, that was a video mostly about I don't know what's going on about you with this. It's like now that I'm recording, it wants to mess up. Of course.
You are too beautiful to be a flat earth.
How about I just go to Bookface? Wow, it's really kind of messing up right there. So I should have known it wasn't gonna be a smooth ride. And I know if I go to my like YouTube and listen to YouTube shows, they're not gonna be as weird as that. Oh, that's what's going on. I had the cat on my dog on pad and everything. These animals that like touching your stuff and think that it's comfortable, like, bro, go, if you want to be comfortable, go somewhere. This cat ain't hung out with me all day long, bro. Have not hung out with me all day long, and all of a sudden you want to hang out with me, bro. Like, okay. Like, okay. Can't knock it, huh? All right. So instead of thinking it was me tripping, let's go back to these short. Look, that's what I'm saying. Now you want to get back and get to touching. Look, I thought he was really. I thought he was ready to get to touching again. I'm trying to go back to the shorts. Cause like I said, I just want to go over like little shorts and stuff, but just mini talk. I thought I'd just sit up here and do this for like an hour. Thought I had like a couple of people come in here and talk with me, but it is me by myself. All of a sudden now I can't find YouTube. I mean, yeah, Facebook shorts. I like YouTube shorts. Now I just really can't find shorts. Shout out to everybody in St. Louis. Hope that y'all are safe. I do know the tornado hit out there. I hope y'all safe. I called out my family members to make sure they were safe. They was chilling. They was chilling. They was chilling. Now, go back to these weird videos. If I can find them. Like, yo. Oh, okay. So they're called reels over here. They're not called shorts. Everybody want to call them something different.
Stick around to the end of this video because this is going to blow your mind. Now let's think about this. The Great Wall of China is 13,171 miles long. To put this into perspective, coast to coast in the US is 3,000 miles. So you can go across the coast, back again, and then add 1,000 miles, and that's the Great Wall of China. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The steep side of the Great Wall of China, the side that's designed to keep invaders out, is facing China. Now that makes zero sense if it's the Great Wall of China. We're told that the Great Wall of China is to protect China. So why would the steep side, the side that's protecting, be facing China? Don't make no sense. Now they say that construction began in 220 BC when resources were super scarce and all we had was manpower. Again, this is so difficult to believe when resources were scarce and we just had manpower that they built this massive structure to keep what out? Keep what out? Now, when you look into the Great Tartarian Empire, you can still see these structures that still stand to this day, even in our hometowns. It would make way more sense that they built this structure. Again, when you look at these ancient maps, you start seeing the real truth about who built this wall. The Tartarian Empire was worldwide. They have tried to erase Tartaria from our history. However, the truth is coming to light. And make sure to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love. Did you know that the Great Wall of China is actually the Great Wall of Tartaria? And make sure you stick around to the end.
This is what you call one of them clickbait video, because okay, that was cool, but there was one of those that one of them people like, oh, I made a video and I tried to make sense of it, and I was very smart and really didn't make sense of nothing because I told you these weird videos. This is my weird video.
So let's take a look at some of the most recent supposedly spacewalks from the ISS. And I want you to notice in the background of all these supposed spacewalk videos, where's all those 8,316 satellites in low Earth orbit with it at? You don't see them anywhere. Let's just have a look at some of these real quick. Now, if these spacewalks were real, you'd be looking at, what, almost 1/3 of the supposed spinning ball Earth right now. But you don't see no satellites in this low Earth orbit with this supposed ISS. Oh, let me guess. They're all on the other side of the ball right now, right? You can keep watching, but you're never going to find one in any of these NASA videos. And I'm just showing you a few. You could go on their website and look at all of them. Look at this right here. Where's all those satellites at? No satellites, not a one floating around anywhere. But there's supposed to be 8,316 of them. Supposedly right here in this low Earth orbit.
Yeah. This is one of those videos I was trying to look where they be asking them questions, but like, you know what? they got a point. They kind of got a point right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like why ain't, you know what I'm saying, the satellites around there? And there was a video I seen where a person had put up a video about hot air balloons and how they take satellites up to space, because we always thought, you probably always thought that they were sent up with rockets and stuff like that. I kind of thought that too a little bit. Like, okay, maybe I sent them up in rockets. I'm not the smartest person in the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. I don't know everything. So I was like, man, maybe. And then their video came out. So yeah, I like these videos. We're like, man, where are the satellites at? Anybody know? Anybody ever thought about that? Like, where is all the satellites at? Hey, where is it, man? Where is it? Where? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
I truly think that the reason we're seeing a flat earth awakening is because Jesus is coming back soon. It's God downloading this ancient knowledge into random people throughout the entire world. People start questioning things that haven't been questioned in at least 100 years. We're all waking up to the deception because flat earth consistently brings people straight to God. It's like a veil lifts off their eyes and they just get flooded with truth. I don't know how it works, but I've seen it work thousands of times. I know that it's happening. With that, there's a little bit of censorship happening on social media with flat earth stuff being taken down or having trolls sent our way. But something that I think is even more powerful than flat earth and something that has been so heavily censored on my page. This is a picture I took on my phone of Polaris when I was in Iceland. This is God's throne room. This is also where God watches us from. This is the center of the firmament. They do not want us to know this. They do not want me to spread this. This is a powerful piece of information because once you know this, you know that God is sitting right above us. He's not in some other dimension or in some other solar system or God knows where. He is right above us. The heaven is his throne, the firmament, and the earth is his footstool. Every time I post about this, it's either taken down, I'm fighting back and forth with strikes and appealing them. You can pin 3 videos to your profile, and every single time one of my pinned videos is something to do with Polaris, the pin is magically taken down and the video's gone.
That's what I was trying to talk about earlier a little bit, but not trying to go off subject. Like I said, y'all gotta check out that video. I'm just up here chilling. Might have some people stop through for a little conversation, man. Just a little chill out, man. It might be nice. Might be nice. Might get a little report from St. Louis about the weather, but like I said, this is just a chill, laid back podcast night. Didn't have too much planned. Yeah, I didn't. But yeah, she was talking about the firmament. Like I said, I don't know what these people are gonna be saying, so don't think like, oh man, but these are all type of videos that do be on my shorts, and I'll be like, man, sometimes I just want to share them out with y'all.
I made a playlist of my Polaris videos. The playlist disappears. Understanding the flat earth and the firmament is extremely powerful. It melts away the man-made illusions that most of the world still lives in. But this is something else entirely. This is like flat earth times 10. On a side note, something that's been weighing so heavily on me today is the people that don't believe that are going to be alive and see the sky crack open.
Okay, see, that's where we like, come on now, like, it rains. I don't, like, we was cool until you went into the skirt tactics. Like, you ain't got to be sitting up here trying to skirt nobody. You ain't got to be trying to skirt nobody, girl. People are scared enough. Don't be that, oh, the ceiling's going to crack. Now you're going to have somebody panicking and going to a minute. Oh, the lady told me on whatever on social media that the wind's going to crack. Like, we need to, like, I understand. Well, it's so in the middle. It's like, man, you got the strong-hearted people, you got the people that's gonna take things so overboard, and you just got to be careful. You just got to be careful.
And see Jesus return. Like I can't fathom being a person that does not believe in this day and age, and that's most of the world. The shock that people are going to go into when they don't know Jesus and they experience that moment. We have to have our oil ready as the body of Christ, guys. He loves you and he's coming back very soon. I truly think that the reason we're seeing a flat earth awakening is because Jesus is coming back soon. It's God downloading this ancient knowledge into random people throughout the entire world. People start questioning things that haven't been questioned in at least 100 years. We're all waking up to the deception because flat earth consistently brings people straight to God. It's like a veil lifts off their eyes and they just get flooded with truth. I don't know how it works, but I've seen it work thousands of times. I know that it's happening.
Boy, this is a long post, bruh. Long conversation. And that would be true if she just didn't sit here and listen to the conversation that I had earlier today or the last few days when I was breaking this stuff down. Because I've been trying to just have random conversations and stuff like this, not trying to get into a big debate, but question the mind thoughts and the deep thoughts of people and where they come from and how they think. Because like I said, I'm interested in all people. But sometimes it's you can't antagonize or pin a person down to answer a question just so you can make a full point. And people like to say that I do that. And I tell people like, no, if I can make a point, I'm going to ask the right questions to make a point and stuff like that. And it really doesn't take too much for me to have to prove a point. It depends on the conversation too. You know what I'm saying? Some things I'm strong in, some things I'm weak in. So, you know what I'm saying? I may not be able to explain myself accordingly to how I should be doing it. But yet again, I do what I does what I do. You know? So in that case, it's like I guess what I said earlier, it goes back to the point to where you would say to make something so complicated and try to make it simple and easy sounds good. It may be eloquent to the natural cause, but it's not that easy to do. I promise you. If it was, you know what I'm saying? If it was that easy, we would have peace on earth. It'd be peace around here. It'd be chilling. Everybody be on it.
The sun has no air around it, and fire needs air to burn. Then how does the sun keep burning? The sun is literally in a vacuum which has no air. How does it burn in a vacuum? Isn't that concerning? If the sun has no air around it.
Okay, so I'm in the.
So, you see those questions like that? So, bro, you see that question right there? It's a simple question. Chundi, how fire naturally burns around us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you break things down and you try to and you simplify it, like I said, you simplify it for a person, it should make sense. If fire burns through oxygen, is the sun in outer space? Let's go. I mean, it's just like to some people, because everybody can be like, yeah, it's in outer space. So there's got to be some type of oxygen or something to make it burn. And remember, when you think about the word of wow, we're only 3 planets away from the sun.
If the sun has no air around it, and fire needs air to burn, then how does the sun keep burning? The sun is literally in a vacuum which has no air. How does it burn in a vacuum? Isn't that concerning? If the sun has no air around it, and
Okay, so I'm in the cockpit of a plane. This is getting brighter outside the plane.
And then it turns.
When is it turning?
And then it stops. And then it.
Wait.
Then it stops position. And then it goes away.
What is that?
And then there's 2 more.
Where?
Right below it.
Yeah, right there. Where? Point to where there's another one. Oh, and now there's 2 more. So what is this?
I don't know, man.
Look at it. Bright, throbbing, and then wait, and then it went away.
This is that theory that people be talking about where they say that the UFOs, we go back to the UFOs, and some say the UFOs are other human species on the other part of the planet that have not been discovered by us in the 162 continents because we have not been on the other side of the wall of what's it called. I think I'm okay. I'm just gonna go there on some I don't know, but just speaking upon whatever may happen. So it sounds like there are a bunch of speak. There's another bunch of human race people who was too smart and left the dumb. Cause that's what it be sounding like. Okay, this is what it sounds like. It sounds like a bunch of smart, intelligent people came and said, you know what, we're gonna leave these idiots in America, Africa, Asia, and China, all the 162 continents. We're gonna leave them idiots. We're gonna go on the other side of Antarctica. We're gonna build our new civilization where there's no war, it's real peace, and let us over here live like the Hunger Games. That's why we make movies and stuff to relate and stuff like that. You wonder why you see UFOs and weird stuff like that. So imagine that you can go over Antarctica and see another world or something, and they are living peace, and they do got technology, and they is living free, and they're living off the harmony of the earth and what it stands for. And I know that sounds weird. People are like, oh my God, you is throwing me out. But yet again, that's what people are talking about. Not everyday people. I guess when you see me, they be like, boy, you black. You is not supposed to be speaking like that. You is black. You can't be speaking like that. That ain't what black people. But yet again, you gotta understand if there was a species of people that are highly intelligent that went somewhere, it's kind of hard to say that like, man, we just killed out some of the smartest people ever. That's hard to fathom. I don't think people even take the time out to think about like these smartest people. We just yeah, don't you think they'll be smart enough to see us coming? So that means we had to go out straight slaughter. And then, you know what I'm saying, you had this conversation with a black person, he was like, yeah, it was the white people that did it. You'd be like, oh my God, here we go. But yet again, I'm just sitting here and looking at this video because it's talking about seeing UFOs, and it's like, okay, we're seeing UFOs, and people are always talking about the other side of Antarctica. So that's where I'm saying, other side of Antarctica, there's some smart people that fly their ships over here and laugh at us. I'm like, ha ha ha, they ain't even caught up to us. Let's go back over here. We spot them sometimes, take real pictures because they don't have to get close. They got good camera views and all that good stuff. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Is it true? I don't know. But why can we not go to Antarctica freely and discover that? Look, since 1859 or 1959, all the countries had agreed that's not mind-boggling. That's not another conspiracy theory. I know everybody want to get to Area 51 and say, "Oh yeah, they got the aliens over here." No, I don't think they got the aliens over here. I just think this is where Area 51 is a private parking lot where the people on the other side of Antarctica come and park their cars and go chill in Las Vegas and have fun just like we do. They at EDC right now. What am I saying it right? EDC, EDC. They at EDC right now out there in Las Vegas chilling, and they park at Area 51. They can't park they super advanced technology test. I mean, Elon Musk ain't caught up with cars. That's crazy. That might be mind blowing and far fetched, but hey, my God, think like that sometimes.
Here, I want to show you guys something. This is called a ceiling fan. And how this device works is it actually lifts the house off of its foundation and spins the house underneath of it. And even though it looks...
Oh, no. I'm not going to hear that.
Swing and a hop.
I think the firmament, pi, Nikola Tesla's 369, and the flower of life all connect. This is part 2 to my 369 theory. Part 1.
I hope this message electrifies. The European be leveraging privilege through ethnic bias. If you ain't do no scholarship on this, don't dare speak. This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. It's like whipping on the back of a slave with bare feet when historically black college universities pledge Greek.
I know,
Damn,
I
is
probably
this earth
get mad.
really flat or is it round? I ain't been trying to have this conversation, but let's have it now. They really saying this a ice wall around this flat plane, and it's a firmament above so you can fly beyond a plane. They say the moon landed fake, so NASA must be lying. They say they got the planet's images from the bottom of a frying pan. They say NASA in Hebrew, it mean deceive. So they make this fake ass weather, I don't know what to believe. They say Katy Perry going to space was a fucking lie. How the hell you open the damn shuttle from the inside? It's so much fake images, I don't know what the earth looked like. Let me go up this bitch so I can see it with my own eyes. They say water is above, as above, so...
He said it right there. He said it right there. What I've been saying. Just let us go see for ourselves. I'm so sick and tired of the... I enjoy the conversation. But let's end the conversations so we can talk about what is it? Just let me know. And let me blow this up with y'all real quick. I seen this topic at the intro. I know people like, oh my God, Capiche, you're really on your flat earth stuff tonight. I said weird videos. Is these videos really real? You seen the title. But they're saying that this is Venus in the ocean and in the skies and stuff like y'all gotta... This argument been going just as long as the biblical talks, religious talks.
below. It's another earth under us when you get to the ocean floor. And it's other land masses way beyond the ice walls. Why the hell they keep lying about this shit? Y'all need to stop. If you've been to space before, let me know if it's flat around. Cause they did Operation Fistful trying to blow the sky up. Wow, yeah, I know it's a firmament and y'all can't get out. If somebody think the earth is flat around and send this to them now. Damn, is this earth really flat or is it?
See? I see. I got a person on my podcast that believe the earth is round, and you know what I'm saying. They would get mad and all upset. I'm like, don't get mad and upset. I just like to discuss about it with you, yes, because I believe in it. Because there's just so much proof to believe in it. Proof. Yet again, people cannot prove that the earth is round more than we can prove that the earth is flat. That's why I have this conversation with you guys. That's why I'm up late night on the late night burn live late night. Man, I just ain't hung out with y'all by myself in a minute. I gotta get back into this vibe. Sometimes I'm not gonna be able to have everybody, and then it's gonna be like one-on-one. And you know, burn live is like really. I feel good where I'm going. I really do feel good where I'm sort of taking myself, you know, conversations with different people, you know what I'm saying, different perspectives and stuff like that. Not just the same old. And everybody get the you know what I'm saying, come in here and rock. I can't wait some of these old faces pop back up, baby. Cause I know you're out there. I know you. I know you're out there. This what we do, man. In a minute, everybody gonna have a podcast. I can't wait to go on somebody else's podcast. See, the thing is about this video right here is they trying to give us sauce, and then I'm trying to spread the sauce with you, but then I can't spread the sauce because they got the music. And no, so far I haven't got flagged or nothing like that. But yet again, come on, man.
A man was never seen again after revealing the strange truth about 6174. Watch this.
The number I want to talk about is 6174, and it doesn't seem to have anything which is unusual about it. So I asked you to choose one at random, and you said 9218 is your starting point. Now, the first thing you do with this is to put that in the order, the largest number first, then the next largest number, then the next largest number, and then the smallest. And then the other way around, 1289. I've rearranged these digits in the order, highest to lowest, lowest to highest. And then what you do is take this away from that. And when you do that, you get 2, and then you carry 1, 9, and I get 8532. Now, this is the new number that you put into this machine. You arrange that in order, with the highest to lowest, which it turns out to be right straight away, and then the other way round, 2358. And you take one away from the other. And there we are, 6174. So you've been really kind to me, because I've only had to go through this iteration twice till I get to the number. Well, if I got to this number, and I do it again, I would have, let me see, 7641. I've got to get this right. And then 1467. And I take this away from that, and I get back to 6174. And if I were to do that again, I would get this, and then that, and it would go on forever. The whole thing with this procedure always converges, always ends up with this number. And when it's got to this number, it's stuck in a perpetual loop that will always bring you this.
Good evening, everyone.
A man was never seen again.
Is this the secret to the glitch in the Matrix? Is this the glitch? Is this the glitch in the Matrix? The code. A lot of people seen that movie, The Matrix, and it started a lot of people down a pathway to finding something that could yet again make sense. I think I don't know what tonight's major topic on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Tonight is just, like I said, a freestyle of an idea, thoughts of some just things that's going on, whatever. But yet again, there's not too many patterns out there that repeats itself. That you may start at the basics, that you will start a computer, so an AI. And when you think about that, for people that's not smart, like I'm not smart, not saying I'm the smartest person ever. I'm just seeing this, and taking for what it was. 617, if this number can always revert back to itself, and then this man came amiss. Now that part it's hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? People disappear. People were like, look, I discovered something that's too dangerous. And yes, like I said, this 617 is probably the first digital code to repeat itself, that if you sent out something in this code, it will come back to you. Now, I probably ain't triggered no word that like, oh man, they're going to be, you discovered. Come with me, you're Neo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting that. But yet again, what I'm saying and looking at is just like, to break us from the norm, to understand every aspect of life, from heaven, hell, in betweens, the ups and downs. And some people call it the vibration. Some people study. Everybody got the factors. But what if it is just a code to put into people, or to tell people, that will activate all this knowledge that we say we out here? Because they say you use 23% of your brain, 33% of your brain. You don't use your full brain. Yet what if this code knocks out the brain? They always say they got a scent smell. I remember I'm probably not gonna say it up here. I wish it come past. You know how they say that the algorithm is listening to you, but it was a video where they talk about adding the right ingredients to yourself to access everything that you need to sense everything. And let's see. Hello? 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 Cannon.
What's up with
Okay, I was gonna say.
What's the word, my boy?
Y'all safe out there?
Man, yeah, we safe, we safe. Hey, but it did get ugly. I ain't gonna fake it with
Man, y'all better go buy up them houses.
you. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, it got ugly as a motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, this is Cannon. He's from St. Louis. The tornado hit, what, 2 days ago?
Yep.
2 days ago in St. Louis, knocked down a lot of houses and tore up a lot of places, rented her real fast. I seen the videos this morning from peoples and called out to family members. So that's what we're going to talk about for a minute real quick while I was over here rumbling about something else. So how you been?
Man, all right, I've been all right. You know,
That's
maintaining.
good. That's good.
I had to
Electric.
I had to get back in my apartment because I ain't want to wake everybody up. They up there sleep or whatever. But yeah, that tornado was really devastating, man. It left me sick for real though. I ain't gonna fake it because of the simple fact, like I knew a few people who was directly impacted from that shit, man. Like one of my homeboys, he caught 3 flats trying to make it home to his mama because she was right there, like directly in the middle of it. I got a home girl, she straight lost her crib. She got what 5, 6 kids. She lost everything. Her father passed and left her the crib. Man, it's deep, bro. It's deep.
I understand.
Her father had just recently passed, and she also had lost a brother. She lost a mother. Her husband, she was actually married, he went to prison. So it was like, God damn. I feel for her more than anything because I be like, she ain't catching no break, But God also, give people what he give them for a certain reason. So it's probably just her time, her season to, catch that and build and grow off of it and become a better woman, or who knows.
Boy, y'all is finna St. Louis is finna change. You know what I'm saying? Like the change that y'all been expecting that y'all said was so hard to do. And I don't hate to say it took this, but you know what I'm saying? The change that y'all been looking for as a new look of how St. Louis is finna look. Y'all finna finally, because y'all have no choice.
Yeah, I feel that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I really respect St. Louis right now to the utmost, especially right now because you would least expect the people to do what they've been doing. Like everybody start pitching in. They've been giving out free food. Like people voluntarily just start barbecuing and giving out condiments, like giving out household supplies. Even though it's people that lost their cribs, but they still giving them things that that they need to live.
Right.
So I appreciate that, man. I respect the shit out of my city right now because well, I'm gonna say our city because they did that, man. They stood up.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see instead of having anything else that's going on. You want to see everybody pull together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Instead of thinking like you know how we would have thought what was going on would have happened. But instead of stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, we see that, you know, things are happening for the better. And you know what I'm saying? So that's good, you know what I'm saying? And now, for real, everybody's finna get to know their neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Now, I, you finna get to know your neighbor. Hey, neighbor, you know what I'm saying? What you need? All that political things, all that whatever you was got going, everything is out the window. Now it's get back to basics of you, my neighbor. How can I help my neighbor? Something that was missing. You know what I'm saying, through
Right.
generation, because yet again
Next month,
everybody was about they, and it wasn't wrong that everybody got personal and got selfish about themselves and getting themselves out the hood. It was a good thing, but yet again we forgot about communities and family. Now everybody's getting up out the hood, getting a better self. Now it's getting back to the community part. It's a painful growth that's gonna happen, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, these are images that I've said that's going on that I played in the background.
You can hear me, bro?
Yes, I can.
All right.
I seen that video. Say, man, I used to work right here. I was like, heck nah.
Yeah, man, that kind of brought tears to my eyes. I ain't gonna fake it. Just knowing who them people is and like knowing them personally and knowing what they been through and what it took for them to get that, then they just lost it like that. It was crazy.
Yes, sir.
Like I straight real life know a bunch of people that was impacted from this, man. It's crazy, man.
Man, well, you know what I'm saying? We would like to hear some things because, like, I ain't been in St. Louis in so while. You know what I'm saying? I got the images pulled up, video in the background. You know what I'm saying? So people can get an idea of what you're talking about and things that happen in neighborhoods and how it impacted people on an everyday basis. You know what I'm saying? So we are getting a visual. This is my first time pulling it up today. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is getting an understanding. I don't know if this nationwide news, like any other internet, it would normally be nationwide news.
But it
This should be
should be.
nationwide news.
It should be because we real life in a state of emergency right now. And you got like historical places that's just been destroyed. And then, all right, so you know, like I'm gonna say, what's the name of that store? Saul's on Kings Highway, and like Dr. Martin Luther King or whatever. That's destroyed.
Yeah,
Everything across the street from the Sears building is destroyed. Uh, yeah, it's a lot of shit that's destroyed, man. Like that can affect a lot of people still in the future because you know a lot of people go to the Sears building, whatever, to get their lights paid or to get their gas bills paid or whatever, you know. So that's messed up for a lot of people that's dependent on them. Cause now, like with us being in a state of an emergency, they got to put priorities first. So
right.
now everybody getting pushed back to the back burner. You know what I'm saying? So it's real like crazy, man. I ain't gonna even fake it.
I'm just leave this image up here, right here, while we talk about this. Man, I would have never thought that something like this would ever happen in St. Louis. Even
Exactly,
though they
man.
talk,
I think
even
that's
though
the
they
part.
talk. Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. What you was saying?
I said, even though they told us many times, like they always want, you know, a tornado can hit us. You know, we used to have tornado drills back in schools and stuff, bro.
Right.
But what like this image right here is a whole house gone.
Hey, but you know what really was crazy to me though, and I was finna make it a status and I didn't because I feel like a lot of people will be like, man, here he go on this woke shit. But the fact that the day before that happened, but the day before this tornado, the sirens was going off all day. And I told my baby mama and like some other people that we was around at the time, I'm like, man, something ain't right. Them sirens keep going off and they not saying that this is a test. They laughed it off, you know, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, nah, I'm for real. You know what I'm saying? And I just told her, like, nah, something is not right. Y'all laughing, but I'm not playing. So
Right.
we all just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Nobody never really drew off of it. It was done with. The day that this tornado happened, we did not hear not one sirens. We did not get one warning until it was actually like it actually touched down. That was when we got the warning. And it didn't come from the sirens, it came from everybody's phone. That blew me like that shit that fucked me up because I'm like, that was weird to me, you know. Like the day before the sirens is going off all day. The day it happened, we didn't get no warning except when it touched down. And it was like right when it touched down. It wasn't like we had time to prepare or people could, oh, let me go ahead and get up out of here. No, they gave us the warning on our phone like right when it touched down.
Somebody said it started in it touched down in Clayton first. Do you know where it started first? Touchdown at first?
I don't even know exactly where it touched down at first because you know, like you said, we as kids had these drills at school and we always was prepared. They taught us what to do if a tornado came, but we not expecting it to happen in St. Louis like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it done touched before in the county, but it never really touched the city. Never. So not since we was born. You know what I'm saying? So nobody was really expecting it. Everybody took it as, you know, I ain't gonna say a joke, but they took it light. And
Sometimes you got to keep it, you know, you got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep it real.
yeah,
You felt like people took it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? Some people took it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
didn't
not gonna
really.
lie, bro. I'm gonna tell you, all right, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm one of the people that I can't even speak and say that everybody took it as a joke because I'm gonna speak for
Right.
myself as well. I took
Because
it as a joke. I got stuck in the middle of it, like it, from Natural Bridge and Grand and Goodfellas. All right, we gonna say from Natural Bridge to Goodfellas to Newstead. Like it swept the whole, like from right there in that Newstead area and Natural Bridge, it swept all through there. And I was actually stuck at the gas station on Natural Bridge and Goodfellas. Like I could have, if it really would have came this way, I would have really been fucked up. Cause I had nowhere. I was stuck at the gas station at Murder Mobile.
and I seen some of them gas stations knocked over real quick, real
Yes,
fast.
yes, yes. And I was straight up under one of the little pavilion things right by a gas pump. And it's crazy because my baby mama, I swear to God, on my child that passed away, gang, I swear to God, my baby mama had a doctor's appointment that day. Now she told the doctors, don't schedule it early in the morning because she knew I had to be at work. She wanted them to schedule it a little later. For some odd reason, they didn't listen and they scheduled it early. So I had to take her to her doctor. I had to leave work a little early just to take her to her appointment. I swear to God, every street that I drove on that day got swept in that tornado. If they would have scheduled her appointment for when she asked them to, we would have been caught in the middle of that shit. We would have been smack dab in the middle of that shit, right in Forest Park. So where I just count my blessings, man. I'm just thankful. I'm thanking God. Because it could have really got ugly for us. We would have been right there in the center of it. Like I got receipts, bro. I can straight show you receipts. Like I got the ultrasound pictures and the date that we went up there and everything. Like I got receipts. Like we would have real life been stuck in the middle of that if they would have scheduled her appointment when she asked them to.
I believe you. Trust me, I believe you because God, like I've been in these religious TikTok groups, bro, and they've been talking. You know what I'm saying? And it be feel good to listen to them because they also answer you too. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to talk with them and ask questions like, "Hey, we in TikTok, we having a regular conversation," but you know what I'm saying? You still get to learn about God and learn about the Bible, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Build a relationship with God, understanding that I needed this type of group to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't feel safe going here or wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
So for this like this to happen and in my case to call everybody and everybody safe, cool and chilling, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing and understand that God is real. And bro, I had a podcast
Yeah,
early
for
had a
sure.
podcast earlier this morning and was talking about the same thing. So like he's working, always
Yeah.
showing,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Without a doubt. 'Cause it's surely people that straight lost their lives. And like I said, I didn't even name because I'm on this podcast or whatever. I didn't even name everyone who I know that directly was affected, but I straight know people lost their whole entire homes, bro. And they have nowhere to go after this. You know what I'm saying? It's a few people that do, but it's a lot of them that don't. I'm watching people on Facebook break down in tears, like crying. They straight recording themselves, showing their houses and crying like this is so fucked up. One girl actually lost everything on her birthday. And you know I'm the type, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna fake it. Like I ain't gonna say I'm a street nigga, but I'm just, I'm me, and it affected me to where it made me want to cry. And it didn't even directly impact me. Like it ain't take nothing from me necessarily, but it took from people that I know, and it hurt it. That straight actually hurt it, man. Just to see them going through that. My homegirl woke up and made a status saying that she woke up crying because she had to realize that this wasn't a dream. That she actually lost everything.
I can't imagine. I can't. I talked to my son today and asked him how he was feeling and stuff like that. He like, "Dad, I'm just worried about graduating." And I was like, "That's cool." You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing he was really worried about. Everybody was okay. His family was okay and stuff like that. So, yeah, again, I cannot imagine for those who are not, you know what I'm saying, are unfortunate. Like I said, just watching this video alone while we're talking, just watching this coverage alone is amazing. And you know what I'm saying? Can't believe that that's what y'all went through out there in St. Louis when St. Louis and Missouri, Tennessee, and all of y'all was getting awards for starting businesses out there. Y'all was really growing and land and stuff like that. And now y'all do got somewhat, you know what I'm saying, of a fight on your hands and stuff like that. You know, just getting back to point A, getting everything, resources, cleaning up the streets and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Just the
Yep.
basis of just cleaning up the streets.
Yeah, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, it was devastating. Like new businesses that was opening didn't even get a chance to open yet.
Yeah. One video earlier was showing a dude just cutting trees down in the middle of the street.
Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. I ain't gonna even fake it, bro. That was crazy.
Hold on. Just want to hear what he is saying right here about this or something. I just want to hear this real quick. Let's just listen in.
Western counties level 3 out of 5, and we're watching the St. Louis area for scattered severe storms and maybe a lesser chance in our eastern counties, let's say Clay County, Illinois. But again, all threats are there, damaging wind, large hail, and we can't rule out tornadoes. It's not a zero chance of that at all. We did have EF3 damage from yesterday's tornado. So that's the Greater Ville neighborhood and also Kingsway East and Fountain Park. That's mainly North City. And the Fujita scale here, this is just the wind speed, and the Weather Service goes out there to check how strong it was. 136 to 165 miles an hour, and likely in that area, probably about 150 miles an hour. So there was the tornado. They're still looking at where that track exactly was, but we do believe it started in Clayton, went across Forest.
See, somebody. Yeah, I think my son said it had started in Clayton, so I know they let me know he been watching the news all day. It started in Clayton, and it. Rewind it
Cause
just.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been on Facebook. I ain't even watching
exactly what.
I bet.
So
who would want to watch the news when you lived it?
Right, you know what I'm saying? So to where, because when I swear, bro, I was stuck at Murder Mobile when it really touched down, and my stepson just so happened to be up there at that time. So he asked to jump in the car. You know, he 14, so he kind of be off into his own little thing. He kind of want to be all off into the streets or whatever. But I don't encourage it. I try to put him on the right path. But anyway, he asked, can he get in my car? I'm like, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's standing outside with nowhere to go, like they homeless, you know what I'm saying? And they standing up here while this is going on. I couldn't get everybody in my car, but I offered people to get in my car, you know what I'm saying? So we stuck right here on this lot, and the hail was coming down so bad. I'm surprised my car even survived how bad it was coming down. Like you can just hear like pow, pow. It just sounded like the window was finna bust. It sounded like gunshots for real. It was a kind of scary moment. I ain't gonna fake it to work. You couldn't drive. And you know from being from St. Louis, a lot of people never really stop at Murder Mobile unless they in this area, stay in this area, or from around this way.
Yeah. Even my audience don't even know who that is.
You know what I'm saying? That it was packed like sardines, bro. That's how bad it got. It was packed like sardines. Like everybody was stopping and coming in there.
That's crazy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was coming in there. And it was like we all had a mutual understanding. Like nobody got mad at each other. Nobody, it wasn't a scene or nothing. Everybody just understood what was going on. Because I'm talking about people was like bumper to bumper or on your, like pulling up like directly in front of your car, stopping to where you blocked in and can't get nowhere now. We know that this gas station is infamous for a lot of tragedies happening. Nobody got mad or anything. Everybody stood still and we waited because it got so severe to where you couldn't, your windshield wipers wasn't working to get you up out of that jam so where you can still drive. No, you had to sit.
Yeah, because this looked like it really ripped through. What is that?
The city, and man, the city, it tore the city up, and it what
Delmore,
pissed me
the
off
north. Is that the north side? Yeah, because that's North Broadway right here.
The north side, it was the west side, and what really pissed me off the most is when I just was looking at it. It's like a lot of places in St. Louis that have a lot of probably homeless people or drug activity or crime happening. That's where it affected the most.
But that's the only reason that is why, and just to be honest, is because the poor conditions of the buildings.
Yeah,
So any good gust of wind hitting it was gonna happen.
yeah, no lie. I can vouch for you on that. And another thing, like even the where you used to stay at, when you was staying over in St. Louis, you know what I'm saying, the place where you stay, that got affected too. It didn't get affected as well, like
On
everything
Bell?
else. Yeah, everybody lost their electric.
Yeah.
Yep, like it got that bad, bro. To where power lines was down. Like I'm talking about on the ground, whole power lines fell over. Trees came up off the ground, out the ground, like the whole root came up out the ground. Big trees, not no little trees, big trees.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. I think it was in this video earlier. Yeah, right here. They showed the dude cutting the grass. I mean, cutting down trees and stuff. Cars getting dismantled and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, dude right here cutting down trees, whole block, a whole street came through.
Did you get the video of the dude that was unconscious when they pulled him
No,
from up in the rubble?
no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't like look all into it because it's like, what can I do?
Man,
You know, at the
yeah.
moment right now, I'm in the process of trying to get my son out of that to think that I'm gonna go back into it. Cause I promise you, he asked me like, Dad, when you come back and visit, and I'm like, visit what? He like, man, I'm talking about my city. Like, son, I understand you so St. Louis, but you gotta understand, man, boy, it's so much out here that to do outside of St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, like flat out. You just can't just think one is everything, because then when you go somewhere else, you're not gonna want to experience what it is, and you young.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, bro, because you absolutely right. I swear to God. But a lot of people ain't fortunate enough to experience that. And this goes to show you like the way people criticize others don't be right all the time because it's a lot of people that just can't do it. Like it ain't that they won't do it. They ain't capable of doing it. They just can't because it's a lot of things that be holding people back. And I'm talking about as far as the government. I'm talking about as far as the school system, police, everything. Like, you know how life just be lifing, bro. Like, you could be living a good life somewhere else, but at the same token, you always have your struggles, or it's always another problem, a hurdle that you got to jump over. And in St. Louis, I ain't just speaking on St. Louis. There's a lot of places like this though. Like it just be impossible hurdles to jump over, or it just be devastating hurdles to jump over to where people just they just lost hope. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even feel like it's possible no more. They need an extra push. So with that being said, I'm gonna say this: like a lot of people should be given the benefit of the doubt when it comes to life itself, because the life that we used to out here is not the life that everyone else is used to, or certain people used to. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd take a lot for a person to overcome this traumatic ass shit that be going on out here, man. It'd be some devastating shit happening on a daily basis to where people just can't overcome it as quick as, and you know what I'm saying, figure it out as quick. It seems simple because you got the recipe. A lot of
Not
people
necessarily.
don't have the recipe.
Trust me when I say I don't, bro. It's just the fact that I was ready for something different than what St. Louis had to offer. At the time that I was in St. Louis, it didn't have what I wanted. Now it may do because you know what I'm saying things are or has changed. And I'm saying, y'all got a soccer team, baseball team looking good, hockey team finally won a Stanley Cup. You know what I'm saying? So things look a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Plus, the people around our age have got smarter because I got a friend that wants me to come back and just to visit. You know what I'm saying? Just hey man, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? I got another friend who's there who is a good guy, but you know, it's like he's a loner because everybody of his friend has backstabbed him and stuff like that. So now he's against the world and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, you know me, Michael. I used to not be like that. And I'm like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
have
how I
always
feel.
I get that point and I get that. But the idea of what Obama was talking about back in the day when he became a president of change is is always got to be bigger than you. And if you can't make the situation bigger than you, then you're never going to see the change because you're never ready for the change because change is going to be something that's outside the box, outside your comfortability of what you're used
Exactly.
to in
Exactly.
everyday situation.
Exactly.
So in
And
that
you're
token,
absolutely right, bro.
uh-huh.
But that's exactly why I said what I said because, all right, what you just said broke it down in the perfect aspect. Because with me, myself personally, you know me, so you know how I used to be. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that I used to be off into, whatever. But it took for my mom and my brothers and sisters to convince me, like, you only live once, you better come on, go on this trip. And it was a cruise ship. Now
Right.
they volunteering me to go for free. I don't have to pay for nothing on a boat and an airplane at the same damn time. Like, yeah, we going on this airplane. Then after we get off this motherfucker, we go chill in Miami a couple days. Then we get on a boat. Two things that I'm terrified of. I'm all the way against it. I'm hell no. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing no. I can't. I'm gonna panic. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Y'all gonna be carry me to the ambulance. And they end up convincing me to go on there, man. I went on there. I had the time of my life, and they was mad. I ain't gonna say they was mad, but they was like they talked about me a little bit. Like all you all do is go to the restaurant. That's all you all to do. All you was doing on there was eating and eating and eating and eating. I came back with a gut that I couldn't get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I want to do. Because there was so many options of things that I never experienced in life, like octopus and squid, and you know what I'm saying? To where I was like, oh shit, I'm here. I'm in every restaurant, every day, all day. Like that was my whole objective every day, all day was to go to the restaurant. And it was remind you, like it was a luxury cruise ship. It was the biggest cruise ship in the world. It was the icon of the seas, the Royal Caribbean's icon of the seas. So it was like it's a big ass ship. You know what I'm saying? To where
Yeah.
it's a lot of people on there that had a lot of money, whatever. But neither here nor there. So when I went on there and experienced that, you know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, like I got to see myself personally, like it's more life. A lot of people don't even get them opportunities, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. A lot of people don't
Okay.
even get to experience shit like
It,
that.
but the thing is, and I want you to think about it for a second. It's not the fact that people don't get to experience some opportunities. First things first is you got to do what? You have to want those opportunities.
Yeah. But what if you a
It
nigga like me though and was scared of them opportunities?
yet
I couldn't
again.
because
Okay, so at first you didn't want the opportunity.
right.
You like choices, but you don't know what it feels to actually have a lot of choices, more choices than you can ever imagine. That's why people come out here to Vegas and like, hey man, this is Vegas, so I expect entertainment, the best of the best everywhere I go. And when they get hit with these high prices, they're like, why am I getting hit with these high prices? And why ain't you showing me the hospitality? And you should be jolly happy. I'm out here paying 22. What you paying $22 for 3 tenders and a fry?
Mm.
Three
That's
pieces of,
crazy.
and you know what I'm saying? So people looking at it, and I'm looking at these people that I work with. I'm like, y'all wonder why
But
y'all not getting no sales? Y'all
I
not,
get because of the simple fact of what Vegas really is, and it's
but
a
expectation. So
yeah, but
I gotta want that. Uh huh.
right. And this all I'm saying, bro. Like I get exactly what you're saying, and that's all I'm
Uh-huh.
saying. I I get it because of what Vegas is,
Right.
and that's what people fail to realize. Like this, not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't come out here and expect to be living in luxury just because you want to come out here. No, that's not how it works. You gotta work and grind for what you want. You know what I'm saying? So I get that part. It's just people be wanting to. People have high expectations with low intellect. They don't really understand that part. Just
Low.
like I done watched a couple documentaries about a lot of people who went to LA and then like was on the starting to coming up and actresses and singers and a whole lot of motherfuckers and then got stuck out there and just got addicted to drugs and all type of shit. And it's
Shoot,
because of the simple fact that they didn't know what they was getting themselves into.
you run into people like Diddy. What you expect?
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was finna say, bro. On my kids, like it's a doggy dog world. Like you will have motherfuckers that have the keys. They ain't gonna pass them along. They want the keys for themselves so they can have everybody following up behind the keys. You know what I'm saying? Then you have genuine people out here that'll really be trying to help someone and they ain't gonna listen to them because they've been misused and abused. So they don't know which direction to go. It's just a it's the system so fucked up, bro. It's trained for people to crash out. I'm gonna say that. It's trained for people to crash out, man.
But it's also made for us to do what we need to do, make our money, be successful, not depend on the government to do what they claim they're going to do because we really don't need the government. We want less government in our way. So it amazes me when I talk to people,
You right. You right. I ain't gonna fake
especially when I talk to people on TikTok. Oh my God. When I talk to people on TikTok and I'm like, they want less government, they be like, but people are losing jobs. But yet again, you wasn't affected by them jobs. Your cousin wasn't affected by them jobs. Why? Because them type of job doesn't affect America. It doesn't make America grow. Federal jobs doesn't make America grow. And that's
it
what
don't,
like
but
we
you know the stereotype, man. You know people mindset, man. It's
people
a
look at
thing
a
about
job and think it's
control.
a job.
Yeah. But it's a thing of like when I say control, it's like people influence can impact the whole nation. So people
Yeah.
get influenced by certain things that they see or what they done heard, and then now it's just all pandemonium. Like I can't even think past this shit now because I done seen them get affected by the shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I done seen this happen to that person. And I know it can happen to me. Now we all just lost.
Sure.
But
Cause
like you said, it
my
take
son first thing
you
my
gotta work,
son
man.
first thing my son thought when he said, Dad, you out there gambling. I said, son, I don't gamble. I may sports bet a little bit. If I get some tip money, other than that, I'm not a gambler.
Right.
There's no way you see me lose my money all at the gambling, all at the casino just because they 24 hours, 365 everywhere you turn.
Because you know it ain't promising. A
Heck
lot of
nah.
people can't. It become an addiction to people though. And certain people can't shake it. I done seen people myself personally, and we ain't even in Vegas. And I done seen people myself personally get straight addicted to casinos out here. You know
Oh
we
yeah.
ain't got that many.
Oh yeah. Oh
It's just
yeah.
crazy, man. This is that mind control shit is real.
Man, you're gonna have to come on here again, Cannon, man. I'm gonna need you to come back again, Cannon, man. Keep me updated, Cannon.
Man, you know I'll come back, man. It ain't nothing to it, bro. I just be busy, man. You know.
Hey, everybody busy. I don't expect everybody to come, but I appreciate you stopping through. I'm finna go ahead and end this right here, right now. This is perfect. And I appreciate you stopping through, my guy.
All right. Say
All
less,
right.
bro.
Peace
All
out,
right.
bro. All
All
right.
right.